Alright, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I got cooked today. I got cooked. I'm gonna show you the two trades that I ended up taking and my daily bias and why what my thought process was through some of them. I got funded yesterday, bought another eval, got absolutely cooked, down about $1,880 on both accounts. Um, I'm not really that mad though because I believe that I can still pull these back. Like obviously not ideal, but I'm not really stressed out about it because if we come and look at my trades here, I was correct with what the market wanted to do. I was very bearish coming into the day. Um, I had plenty of areas marked out as you can see, and all of them except one got hit, which is so annoying. But extremely bearish daily. 4 hour bearish with no break of structure to the upside. Um, what's today? Tuesday. Also in the 4 hour or 1 hour, um, coming in what 9? Yeah, still just bearish. Came up, tested this fair value gap, respected, dropped further. Um, well, I guess inversed and then dropped further. Um, this hourly gap right here, and then 15-minute, we're coming into market open, just bearish. It was pretty consolidated right here through London session. But I still really wasn't that worried about it because clear downtrend right here, making lower highs and lower lows. And then here's you guys through the trades that I took. Marked out all these areas as possible areas to get hit. And like I said, literally every single area that I marked out ended up getting hit, which is quite frustrating. But hey, it is what it is. Losing is a part of a winning strategy. And this first one, do I regret it? I don't know. I feel like if I'm saying I don't know, maybe I do. But this, like, the first 1 minute candle was almost like data highs and data lows, like, from news or something, because, like, very long wicks to both sides, which is kind of intriguing. And that's what kind of led me to, like, okay, so this data high came out and took out some liquidity. So now is it just going to dump immediately? And that's kind of like the thing I took. So I guess this was a not a great trade. Just because I didn't really enter on any confluences besides daily bias, which was bearish, and some liquidity sweep. But like, really, there's no break structure. There's no fair value gap. It was holding a 15-minute fair value gap off of market open. Where is this? It's Friday. I'm right here. Holding this fair value gap goes all the way up, takes out well, I guess it doesn't really take out, but it like respects this fair value gap still, and this area. So I was like, okay, based on that was just like that giant freaking wick. Is it just gonna shoot lower? And I guess that's what I thought was gonna happen, and just targeted London lows because I knew London lows were gonna get swept. I was so confident on it. We were so incredibly bearish, and these highs were so high. Like coming into market open, what those highs are like, what, 200, I guess just under like 150 points, and the lows were within 100 points. And I just knew with how bearish we were that that's where market wanted to go, and I was right. So this trade nearly took profit, basically just got edged, went up, stopped me out for about I think a $300 loss, which was whatever, okay, probably should not have been in that. Is what it is. I'll learn from it. Don't do it again. Wait for confluences, as I know. See, this trade right here, I was a little bit hesitant after I just got stopped out, so I was a little bit scared of waiting to see what market wanted to do, but there's a clear respecting of this 1 minute fair value gap right here, I guess, IFG. And, like, I mean, it's just, I was just hesitant, and I shouldn't have been. I was only hesitant because I just got stopped out, and you just can't do that. And so I should have been entering about right here on the bigger structure, but I waited all the way down here, and then I entered at the looking back at this, I entered at the worst possible spot because it just swept liquidity, and then it obviously is going to, once it hits liquidity, there's usually like a reaction to sweeping liquidity, which there is a reaction, comes up into this fair value gap, technically inverses the fair value gap, but doesn't really matter, obviously, because then there's boom, big structure back to the downside. So if I would have entered where I would have in a normal trading setting, which would be right around here, after it respected this, and I break a structure, clear break a structure, so I should have entered about right here. And if I would have entered right here, I would have been good. Instead, I waited, and literally, looking back, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even really realize the sweep of liquidity. Plus, it just swept London lows with liquidity. So, yeah, that was just terrible. It's really bad execution on my part. I was right with where the market wanted to go. As you can see, I had all these areas marked out, and literally all of them got hit. This one a little bit later in the day, but still got hit. So, I'm going to take today as a learning day. That's why I'm not really that worried about losing today. I haven't lost in like 2 to 3 weeks. Obviously, I've been trading on my eval for about a week and then passed it yesterday. So like before that was paper trading. But I literally haven't lost since like October 29th, which has been like 2.5 weeks, which is, it's whatever. It is a little bit annoying though because I shouldn't have lost today. This trade, fair. I'm going to learn from this trade. And then I can't let this trade influence my next trades because I should have entered around here and I just would have had my stop above this for the value gap right here, and then I just literally wouldn't have gotten stopped out. And I could have literally, if I would have taken this, I'm actually interested. This is going to hurt me so bad. But if I would have entered around right here, I would have my stops right here at the top of this, and then I literally would have targeted probably Asia lows. Or well, honestly, if I would have been there with Asia lows, I honestly, like, with how bearish the market is, I probably would have targeted all the areas I marked out, and just say this one, right? Because this one didn't really get hit. I wouldn't have even gotten stopped out really, because it barely came up. But like that's a 4.5 ratio, and then if I go down to the last target that I marked out, 4.5, it's a 5.5, 5.8. So super frustrating day, but I'm not too worried about it. Lost $1,800, $900 on both of my accounts. I guess it was like $960, $940 on both of my accounts. Really, really brutal because I literally knew where market wanted to go, but I let this first bad trade influence where I entered the next trade, and I literally entered at a liquidity sweep, which is just stupid. And yeah, should have followed my confluences, no matter what. Super strong confluences on the day. I just didn't execute. I did not execute properly, and that's on me. And yeah, I just gotta be better. Like I said, not gonna really worry about it too much because I knew where market wanted to go. Just gotta work on my execution, work on my sticking to my confluences, and not taking any bad trades, especially with not me being on a funded and an eval trying to pass. So yeah, halfway to blowing both of my accounts down, which is just so brutal, and I'm so like, it's so frustrating. It really is. But I'm gonna try to make it. Try to not be affected by it. It is what it is. Nothing you can do about it now. I'm not gonna enter again. I went 0 for 2. Typically only 2 trades. If I win, I'm done. If I lose, like I did today, but that I'm very confident in where market wants to go, I'll enter again for my second trade, like I did. But I let it get in my own head, and yeah, that's literally it. Just gotta be better. Learn from today. First losing day in forever. Just learn from it. Come back tomorrow. We have a lot of red folders. Tomorrow and Thursday with the government reopening, so a lot of volatility is going to be in the market. And just, yeah, super, super disappointed, but it is what it is. You learn from it. I make sure I won't make this mistake again. So, all right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a trade recap. Appreciate it.